Hi, in today's video, we are going to discuss about session example in servlets. So because as we know all, servlets is a client server application which is majorly used in application development in reference to the Java programming. In context to that, when we talk about Java servlets, here with I am explaining about how to write code for that session. Okay, session example is what I'm explaining now. Now, if you want to write a session example in servlets, so first of all, we have to write down the conditions regarding to import part. So here is what we have to write. So import Java IO is what we have to write. Next, we need to create one more import, which is for Java servlet, wherein this is something required even. Next, we require one more import Java x.servlet, wherein here these are the conditions which normally we have to write in reference to the Java servlets example itself is concerned. After that, we have to create a public class where it will be as session example. Now we need to create an extent for HTTP servlets, which we have to create over here. After that, we need to create a public void next, do get HTTP servlet request as well as request here. Now we need to create a condition for HTTP servlet response as well as the response over here. After that, we need to throws IO exception for that. So whenever we have created an IO exception, wherein we have to create an servlet exception, which normally we write. After that, we need to create a response set content type, which will be of text dot HTML. Later, we need to print a print writer out, which is equal to response dot get writer over here. Now, when we want to write an HTTP session, where we need to mention about the request dot get session, and we need to ensure either it is true or. Later, print session info. Next, we need to create a date which is equal to new date has to be created, where we need to mention session.get creation per date. After that, date accessed, which is new date, wherein session.get last access time. After that, we need to create an outprinting where we need to mention ID for that, wherein we have to create session get ID over here. Next, out.println wherein we have to create the created ones which are really required, wherein we have to mention about created. Next, outprint.in where we have mentioned last accessed plus accessed. Now we need to get set session info if needed. We need to mention the string data name where we have to mention about request.get parameter, which is data name. If data name let's get value data name. No, the condition is data name. Yeah, equal to null, and after that date name dot length, which is greater than 0 for an integer I equal to 0, whereas I less than value names dot length I plus plus. Later, we need to mention that string name at the same time value names. Followed by this, we need to create a string value which is equivalent to session dot get value name to string, wherein out dot print in name plus this value. After that, right? So this is how generally a servlet session example is what we have to write. This is how generally the session example in reference to the servlet session example is what we have to write here. If you have any queries and if you have any kind of training needs in regard to that, please reach out to the contact details, which will be posted in below to this video. Thank you.